Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life without purpose. A life lived without vision is like a ship without a compass, drifting wherever the wind takes it. You were not created to drift. You were created to lead, to govern, and to impact your generation. But that will never happen if you think small. Every great achievement in history began as an idea, a vision, a dream. The airplane was once a dream. The internet was once a dream. The car you drive, the phone you use, the building we sit in, everything started in the mind of a dreamer. The question is, what are you dreaming? Your dream is the blueprint of your destiny. Everything you were born to do, everything you were designed to accomplish is already inside you. You are not an accident. You were sent to this planet with a purpose, and your dream is the map that leads you to it. But here is the problem: most people ignore the blueprint. They live life reacting instead of creating, surviving instead of thriving, existing instead of living. They wait for opportunities instead of recognizing that the greatest opportunity is already within them, their vision. Nothing in this world was made without a blueprint. Before a building is constructed, the architect first designs it on paper. Before a car is manufactured, an engineer first draws the design. Everything begins with a plan, and God is the greatest architect of all. When He created you, He placed a vision inside you that reveals your assignment. That dream you keep thinking about, that idea that won't leave your heart, that passion that wakes you up at night, that is your blueprint. But a blueprint means nothing if you never build. Many people die never fulfilling what they were created to do, not because not because they didn't have the opportunity, but because they ignored their vision. They played it safe, listened to small-minded people, and settled for less than what was possible. They spent years working jobs they hated, living lives they never wanted, and wondering why they felt unfulfilled. The reason is simple: they abandoned the blueprint of their destiny. Hear me when I say this: God never created you for mediocrity. He never designed you to just pay bills and die. That is not lot. You were born to accomplish something that has never been done before, to bring something into this world that only you can bring. But the problem is, most people doubt their own potential. They say, who am I to do something great? Who am I to dream so big? But the real question is, who are you not to? The richest place on earth is not the banks, not the oil fields, not the gold mines, it is the graveyard. Because in the graveyard are books that were never written, businesses that were never started, songs that were never sung, inventions that were never developed, dreams that were buried with the people who carried them. My question to you today is simple: will you let your dream die with you? It is time to wake up. It is time to shake off fear, doubt, and insecurity. Your dream is not a fantasy, it is your future calling you. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for someone to believe in you. The fact that you have the vision means you are already chosen for it. The world is waiting for what you carry, but you must be bold enough to pursue it. The road will not be easy. Dreaming big requires faith. It requires persistence. It requires courage. But hear me, every great leader, every inventor, every history maker started exactly where you are. They had a dream and they refused to let it die. They understood that their vision was the key to unlocking their destiny. And that is true for you today. Your dream is the blueprint of your destiny, but only you can build it. So step out, believe big, think big, and dream big, because the world is waiting for what you carry. If your dream doesn't scare you, it's too small. Too many people settle for what is safe, what is comfortable, and what they think they can achieve on their own. But a real dream, a God-given dream, will always stretch you beyond your limits. It will push you into the unknown, challenge your faith, and demand more from you than you think you have. A true dream is never within reach. It always requires you to grow, to expand, and to step into a new level of thinking. Look at every great achievement in history. The people who changed the world did not have small dreams. They did not play it safe. They stepped into the impossible, even when others told them it couldn't be done. They dared to believe in something bigger than themselves. The airplane was once thought to be impossible. The idea of electricity lighting up cities was once a fantasy. The thought of men walking on the moon was once a dream too big for people to comprehend. But someone believed, someone stepped forward, someone refused to be limited by fear, and because of that, the world was changed forever. The question is, what about you? Are you dreaming at the level of your destiny? Are you reaching for something beyond your ability, something so big that it forces you to trust God? Or are you settling for what is easy, what is predictable, what is safe? Many people don't pursue their real dreams because they are afraid. They say, what if I fail? What if people laugh at me? What if it doesn't work? But hear me, fear is the enemy of vision. Fear will keep you in the same place for years while others move forward. Fear will make you bury your potential and call it wisdom. Fear will make you believe that you are being practical, when in reality you are just playing small. But here is the truth. Every great dreamer has faced fear. Every person who has ever accomplished something significant had moments of doubt. The difference is they did it anyway. They felt the fear, but they moved forward. They didn't wait until they had all the answers. They didn't wait until everything was perfect. They didn't wait until people approved. They stepped out, even when they were uncertain. And that is what you must do. If your dream doesn't scare you, it's too small. If you can achieve it without stretching, without growing, without stepping into the unknown, then it is not the vision God gave you. It's just something you made up to feel safe. A real dream will require faith. It will demand that you walk in the unseen, that you believe beyond what your eyes can see, that you step forward even when there is no evidence. And when you do, doors will open that you never expected. Resources will come from places you never imagined. People will appear to help you at the right time. Because when you dream at the level of your purpose, all of heaven aligns to make it happen. Stop thinking small. Stop settling for a dream that doesn't stretch you. Stop waiting for permission. The only thing stopping you is the fear in your mind. The world is waiting for what you carry. It's time to stop running, stop doubting, stop hesitating, step into your destiny, rise to your potential, and dream big because the world is waiting for what you carry. Stop letting people define your limits. Too many lives have been trapped, too many dreams have been buried, too many destinies have been delayed because people listen to the wrong voices. From the moment you decide to pursue something greater, there will always be those who tell you it cannot be done. They will say you are not qualified, you are not smart enough, you don't have the right background, the right resources, or the right connections. But hear me, you were never meant to be defined by people's opinions. The only thing that limits you is the belief that you are limited. History is full of people who were told they could never succeed. The greatest inventors, leaders, and visionaries were all met with doubt and resistance. People laughed at the Wright brothers when they said man could fly. They ridiculed Thomas Edison when he tried to bring light to the world. They told Nelson Mandela that apartheid could never be dismantled. But what if these men had listened? What if they had allowed other people's opinions to define their reality? The world would be a very different place today. The tragedy is that most people do listen. They listen to their family, their friends, their co-workers, and even their own fears telling them to stay where they are. They lower their dreams to fit within the expectations of others. They shrink themselves to avoid criticism. They abandon their vision just to be accepted. But hear me, you cannot live an extraordinary life while seeking the approval of ordinary thinkers. You cannot reach your destiny while trying to fit into someone else's idea of who you should be. People will always have opinions, but opinions do not determine destiny. When David stood before Goliath, his own brothers doubted him. They told him he was just a shepherd boy. They reminded him that he had no experience in battle. Even the king tried to limit him by giving him armor that didn't fit. But David understood something: he was not defined by their expectations. He did not need their approval. He was already equipped for his assignment. And because he refused to be limited by others, he stepped into history. You have to make the same decision. Will you listen to those who say you cannot? Or will you step out and prove that you can? Will you allow others to set your boundaries? Or will you rise above their doubts? You were not created to live at the level of people's opinions. You were designed to function at the level of your potential. And your potential is far greater than what people see right now. Some will tell you that your dream is too big. Others will say you are dreaming too early or too late. They will remind you of your failures, your weaknesses, and your limitations. But here, the only limits that exist are the ones you accept. You do not need their approval to step into your destiny. You do not need their validation to become who you were born to be. The vision inside you was placed there by God, and He alone determines what is possible. The time for small thinking is over. The time for fear is over. The time to break free from the opinions of others is now. You have been carrying something too great to let it be diminished by people who do not see what you see. It is time to rise, to step out, and to dream big, because the world is waiting for what you carry. God equips you for the vision He gives you. He never gives a dream without also providing the ability, resources, and opportunities to fulfill it. The problem is, too many people doubt themselves. They look at their vision and then look at their limitations. And instead of moving forward, they shrink back. They say, I don't have what it takes. I don't have the right skills. I don't have the right education. I don't have the right background. But hear me, you already have everything you need inside you. You are not waiting for God to equip you. He already has. You just need to step out in faith. Look at every great person who changed history. None of them had everything figured out when they started. When Moses was called to lead, he doubted himself. He told God he wasn't a good speaker, that he wasn't the right man for the job. But God didn't accept his excuses. He told him, who made your mouth? Who gives you the ability to speak? God was reminding him that when He calls you, He equips you. The same is true for you. Stop looking at what you lack and start seeing what you already have. The vision inside you is proof that you are already equipped. You may not see it yet, but it's there. Seeds don't look like trees when they are first planted, but inside them is everything needed to grow into greatness. In the same way, everything you need for your vision is inside you. It just needs to be developed. The skills, the ideas, the wisdom, the strategies, they are all within you, waiting for you to activate them. The biggest mistake people make is waiting for everything to be perfect before they begin. They wait for the right time, the right resources, the right people. But the truth is, the right time is now. You don't need to have all the answers to start. You don't need to have all the money, all the connections, or all the support. All you need is the courage to step forward. The moment you take the first step, doors will begin to open. People will appear to help you. Resources will come from unexpected places, because when you move toward your vision, all of heaven moves with you. Fear will try to convince you that you are not ready. Doubt will try to tell you that you need more qualifications. But here, this God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. He does not look for those who have everything figured out. He looks for those who are willing to trust Him. If you wait until you feel ready, you will never start. If you wait until everything is perfect, you will miss your opportunity. The moment you step out, you will realize that you had more inside you than you ever imagined. Everything you admire in others, everything you see in the great leaders, the successful people, the history makers, you have that same potential within you. The difference is they activated what was inside them. They refused to sit on their potential. They refused to let fear paralyze them. They understood that what they carried was too important to waste. And that is what you must understand today. You have been carrying something too great to let doubt steal it from you. You have been sitting on something too valuable to let fear hold you back. It is time to believe that you are already equipped. It is time to trust that everything you need is already within you. It is time to step out, move forward, and dream big, because the world is waiting for what you carry. The graveyard is full of unfulfilled dreams. It is the richest place on earth, not because of the wealth that people left behind, but because of the visions that were never realized, the inventions that were never created, the books that were never written, and the businesses that were never started. So many people go to their graves with their dreams still inside them, not because they lacked talent, not because they lacked opportunity, but because they allowed fear, doubt, and excuses to hold them back. How many people have died with songs they never sang? How many have left this world with ideas they never pursued? How many had solutions that could have changed the world but allowed the fear of failure to silence them? This is the greatest tragedy, not that people die, but that they never truly live, that they never step into the fullness of their potential, that they never release what God placed inside them. And my question to you today is this: will you add to that graveyard? Or will you make the decision to die empty? To die empty means to leave nothing undone, to pour out everything inside you, to fulfill every assignment, to maximize every gift. It means that when your time on this earth is finished, you can stand before God knowing that you completed what He sent you to do. It means you didn't bury your talents. You didn't let fear stop you. You didn't let excuses hold you back. Too many people are waiting for the perfect moment. They say, one day I'll start that business. One day I'll write that book. One day I'll follow my dream. But one day is not a guarantee. Tomorrow is promised to no one. The only time you have is now. Some people say, I'll start when I have more money. I'll start when I have more support. I'll start when the circumstances are better. But hear me, there will never be a perfect time. The conditions will never be ideal. If you keep waiting, you will wait your whole life and never begin. The people who succeed are not the ones who had everything figured out, but the ones who moved forward despite uncertainty. They didn't wait for everything to be in place. They took a step and things began to align. The enemy of your dream is not lack of resources. It is fear. It is doubt. It is procrastination. It is the belief that you have more time than you actually do. If you could see how much time you have left, you would stop delaying. You would stop making excuses. You would stop hesitating. Because the truth is, every second that passes is a second you will never get back. The greatest regret people have at the end of their lives is not what they did, it's what they didn't do. The dreams they abandoned, the risks they didn't take, the opportunities they let slip away. You must make a decision today. Will you be one of those who die full of unfulfilled potential? Or will you be someone who dies empty, having poured out everything inside you? Will you let fear silence you? Or will you push forward despite fear? The world is waiting for what you carry. The solutions you have, the ideas inside you, the gifts you possess, they are not for you alone. They were given to you to impact others. But if you do not act, they will never be seen. So I challenge you today, refuse to go to the grave with your dream still inside you. Refuse to let fear write your story. Refuse to allow doubt to hold you back. You were created for more, designed for greatness, built to leave a legacy. Step out, take action, and dream big because the world is waiting for what you carry. The world is waiting for what you carry. There is something inside you that no one else has. A vision, a gift, an idea, a message, something unique, something special, something that was placed in you for a reason. You were not born to simply exist. You were not created to blend in, to follow the crowd, or to live an average life. There is a purpose on your life, a calling that is waiting to be fulfilled, and the world is incomplete without it. But too many people live as if they have nothing to offer. They believe they are just one person, that their contribution doesn't matter, that their voice won't make a difference. They look at others who are successful, who are making an impact, and they convince themselves that they don't have the same potential. But hear me, you were designed with something valuable. There is a problem in the world that only you can solve. There is a group of people only you can reach. There is an assignment only you can complete. And if you do not release what is inside you, the world will never experience it. Think about this, every invention, every breakthrough, every movement that changed history began because one person decided to act on what was inside them. The car you drive, the phone in your hand, the electricity in your home, all of it exists because someone refused to bury their ideas. They believed that what they carried was important, that the world needed it, and they refused to let fear stop them. Imagine if they had stayed silent. Imagine if they had ignored their vision. The world would be very different today. The tragedy is that many people do ignore their vision. They allow fear to keep them in the background. They compare themselves to others and convince themselves they are not good enough. They listen to voices that tell them to be realistic, to play it safe, to follow the normal path. But nothing great was ever accomplished by playing it safe. No history maker ever lived in fear of what people would say. Those who change the world are the ones who refuse to stay hidden, who understand that their dream is not just about them, it is about the impact they were born to make. And that is what you must understand today. Your dream is not just for you. Your gift is not just for you. What you carry is meant to be shared. Someone somewhere is waiting for you to step into your purpose. There are people you haven't met yet, lives you haven't touched yet, who will be changed because you decided to act. But if you stay silent, they will never receive what you were meant to give. If you do not move forward, they will never be impacted by what you were called to do. It is time to stop doubting yourself. It is time to stop playing small. It is time to stop waiting for permission. The world does not need another person who is afraid to dream. The world does not need another person who is afraid to step forward. The world needs you, your voice, your ideas, your leadership, your courage. Stop wondering if you are good enough. Stop questioning whether you have what it takes. If the dream is inside you, that means you were chosen to fulfill it. The world is waiting for what you carry. The only question is, will you release it? Will you rise to your full potential? Will you step forward despite the fear, despite the doubt, despite the challenges? Or will you go to your grave with your gift still inside you? That is the choice you must make. So I challenge you today, don't hold back. Don't let fear silence you. Don't let excuses stop you. Step into your calling, release your gift, walk in your purpose, and dream big, because the world is waiting for what you carry. You were born with a purpose. You were created with potential. Inside you is a vision greater than you can imagine, a dream that is waiting to be fulfilled. The only thing standing between where you are and where you are meant to be is your decision to act. No more waiting. No more doubting. No more letting fear dictate your future. It is time to rise, to break free from limitations, to believe in the greatness within you, and to walk boldly toward your destiny. The world needs what you carry. Your dream is not just for you, it is meant to inspire, impact, and transform lives. You already have everything you need inside you. Now it is up to you to step forward, take action, and leave nothing undone. Don't go to the grave full, empty. Pour out everything you have been given. Leave a legacy that will outlive you. I believe in you. I believe in your vision. And I know that if you dare to dream big, if you refuse to settle for less than your purpose, there is no limit to what you can achieve. So go forward with confidence, walk in faith, and make your mark on this world. Good luck on your journey. Keep dreaming, keep believing, and keep pushing forward. Thank you.